Hello and welcome back to Focus Atlanta. Thanks so much for continuing to watch. In this segment, we're going to talk a little bit about what you're eating and how it may or may not be contributing to your ADHD or some attention issues. I'm here with Dr. Fatui.
Yes, thank you very much for having me on your show. I appreciate that.
Absolutely. Now, you've got to tell me, so there's some things that we're putting in our diet that may be contributing to our lack of attention?
Absolutely. You know, there are certain food that worsen attention and focus and can contribute to hyperactivity in children, not so much adults. Some of the things that are really bad for the brain are sugary food. Things that spike your sugar levels are actually toxic to the brain. So sugar is bad. Sugar to me is a toxin. Now, complex carbohydrates, things you find in fruits and vegetables, they are good for you and they do not cause a spike in sugar levels that are bad for the brain. The other thing that's really bad for the brain are things that are high in trans fats. Trans fats are things that are added to food to help them stay on shelves longer. They're preservatives. And I think here's the key thing, Keisha, is that if you know how bad those things are, it doesn't matter how tasty and how much flavor they add to the food. You will never touch that stuff again. Wow. You know, studies have shown that people who have high levels of trans fats have a smaller brain. Think of it. You know, this stuff literally shrink your brain. Sugar and trans fats are really bad for the brain.
Wow.
Now, there are so many alternatives and there are so many tasty alternatives. And I think once you learn about the benefits of all the good stuff, then you enjoy eating them because it's like, you know, saving money. It's like, you know, somebody giving you a reward. You can add chocolate. I mean, chocolate has cocoa in it. And cocoa has benefits for the brain. So dark chocolate is something that's tasty and has some benefits for the brain. Omega-3 fatty acids, they are the best thing for the brain.
Okay.
Omega-3 fatty acids are good fats as opposed to trans fats that are bad fats. The omega-3 fatty acids are good fats. These are the things you find in salmon, mackerel, tuna, flaxseed, walnut, chia. These are things that have high levels of omega-3 fatty acids, and studies have shown that high levels of omega-3 fatty acids are associated with a larger part of the brain that's important for memory called hippocampus.
Wow.
There's a part of the brain called hippocampus, which is the size of your thumb. You have one on the right, one on the left. This part of the brain is very important for memory and learning new things. This is the part of the brain that shrinks with Alzheimer's disease. Omega-3 fatty acids are associated with larger hippocampus. So the stuff you put in your mouth have a direct impact on your brain volume, which then determines how sharp you are and how sharp you will be in 50s, 60s, 70s, and 80s.
Now, you can't give us all this information and then we don't have any place to follow up with. So is there a place on the web where we can go and learn more about how the things that we're putting in our body are either helping or hindering our brain?
Yes, I have a website, drfatuhi.com. I also put a lot of videos on YouTube and Instagram and TikTok. I feel passionate about educating the public about these issues. I have also written a book about all the stuff, food and other things that are good for the brain called Boost Your Brain.
Excellent.
And that book has diagrams and figures and things you can use to actually do a 12-week program. We did this 12-week program and we saw that 80% of our patients with ADHD had significant improvement in their attention and focus without taking medications.
Excellent. Well, Dr. Fatui, thank you so much for coming on the show, sharing this information with us. We look forward to going to your website and learning more.
Thank you very much.
All right, guys, you have all the information that you need. We just want to feed the brain the healthy things that we need to work at its optimal. And you know what? Sugar is not it. So take the opportunity to go to the website, learn a little bit more, and stay tuned for more Focus Atlanta. We'll be right back.